What's good with y'all boys, man? It's Sean here, and today, I really just want to let you guys know, like, more about DMT, and that's really, like, a lot what this channel is going to be based on, so DMT, literally, I talked to fucking God, bro. I don't know if it was God, or, like, everything is really God, but I think I talked to, like, the one, so what our conversation was really like, it's like, I got fed all the information, of the universe, like what the fuck was going on, and like, things start to connect, in the synchronicities, over and over again, when, you're tapped in, to a sense, and like, that's when Nikola Tesla and like Albert Einstein talk about, with infinite intelligence. Like Nikola Tesla had that fucking infinite intelligence, and he's like with us, in, the DMT realm, and everything. Like Terrence McKenna, talks about like, you talk to your fucking ancestors, like that's all it is, like we are just these physical bodies, on earth, just prohibiting this shit, or like prohibiting ourselves, from being like happy, with things like social media, that take away our happiness, and the internet also takes away our happiness, when we're really just supposed to be in nature, doing what we do. Like look at this fucking background, it's like just a still shot, like nature is beautiful, and that's what everybody needs to realize. I just sat down with these people and, was telling them about, a lot, about like life and everything. And, like when you do things like that, just to spread positivity and kindness, that's what God wants. And that's what God, or what I talked to, he told me, just go out and like spill the knowledge, like what Christianity is, what Buddhism is. Like, I'm not a Buddhist or a Christian, or anything. I'm just like me, I'm just Sean, but like positivity, and I just spread the truth. That's literally it. That's what the DMT told me. There is no connection to like Christianity that you have to follow. Like you don't have to go to church, to talk to God. God is with you at all times. God is literally always here with you, and that's what people have to realize. And that's what the DMT showed me. So DMT, I really do believe that, it varies from person to person, on what your experience will be like and where you are, and how much knowledge you can actually accept, and that's what, like, it also, like, I think that, also showed me that, like, you're ready to take it, that's like, that's what they were telling me too, like, you're ready, you can take this fucking knowledge, and go spread it out, Like a lot of other people talk about like seeing like elves and everything, I've never saw the elves, or I've never been, to that point of like DMT. My experience is literally like everything will stop moving, like when you first take DMT, it's like you take your first hit and it's like, okay, nothing yet, but you take your second one, your heart starts beating, you feel the fucking, like the rush of it. You feel literally everything in your body. And then the third one, everything literally stops. Like there's no breath, you don't taste anything, you don't hear anything. It's just that, or what you do hear is, that echo, from the DMT, like activating everything. It's like those alien sounds or whatnot, but like you literally turn into nothing. And that's another thing that I think DMT does to you. It makes you, or like when you're coming on to it, it makes you like literally completely present. And that's what, you have to be in life, to like know what you're doing, just be completely present, like you don't have to fucking work 80 hours a week, to survive, because there are people that work and don't like, or like make millions of dollars, and they don't work 80 hours a week. Now, yeah, of course, that it took them time to do that, but you can start doing it today, it's just all your mindset, like further on, in a few months, if you start thinking, about like not having your job, and like living like on the land or whatnot, like you can literally do anything that you want, and that's what God told me, it's literally only the way that you think. It's literally only the way that you think. And that's what I think a lot of people have to come to conclusion with, I think that DMT, also just shows you that consciousness is something that we have no full, like, capability of understanding with our human brains. When you take DMT, it's kind of like you hear everything at once, you know, or you turn into everything, or you dissolve into, you know, the everythingness of everything, you know. And that kind of sounds weird, but you know, it's the truth. You know, you feel like, you know, the birds that are outside, you know, you feel like the table that you eat at, you know. It's like you turn into everything, and then, you know, you're projected, you know, with like seeing the thoughts, you know, and the pain and the good times and the unhappiness of everything. That's why when, you know, when you come down to DMT, you know, it's, or like for me at least, you know, it's kind of like I'm stuck, you know, just like thinking, oh, what the fuck did I just see? Like, what did this shit just turn into? You know, because it's unexplainable. DMT is like the greatest thing that, you know, I've ever, you know, come into contact with, you know. But I just think about like how this can help all of us. You know, we all have to try DMT, but I'm not saying like that, yeah, just go and do DMT, you know, today. No, that's not what I'm saying. You know, if you're having, or you know, you have mental problems or whatnot, or you have problems that you can't suffice with by yourself, you know, don't go and do drugs, you know, or not drugs, because DMT is not a drug, or mushrooms and weed, they aren't drugs, you know. Even cocaine or whatnot, they're not drugs. They're pharmaceuticals, you know. Drug is just a new term word that humans have, you know, evolved to, you know, conceptualize and to demean things, you know. Another thing that I want to talk about, you know, is, you know, aliens and everything, and like Kid Buu. Kid Buu is a fucking clone, bro. I fully believe it, bro, and it's fine, bro. I'm not terrified of him being a clone, because I was showing that too. Like, it's okay, like, bro, them making clones is not a terrible thing. Well, it is in a sense of like, because aliens, like, okay, so the complexity between Kid Buu and alien, or the connection between them, like, there's nothing wrong with that. We come from the aliens, you know. I believe that, you know, the aliens are always in communication with us, you know. That's why they don't, like, that's why we aren't fucking dead, you know. Like, we are the aliens, you know. There's so much more life on other planets, but we literally cannot conceptualize it. Like, us as humans, like, we have this fucking number scale, you know, 1 through 10, you know. But when you take DMT, I am telling you, you know, whenever you guys take DMT for the first time, or you can tell me as well, you know, you realize that this shit is so stupid. You realize that life is so fucking stupid, you know. You're just like, whoa, why the fuck are we here? Literally, why the fuck are we here? Like, why do I have to go through this shit, bro, when I just want to be so close to God, you know? My nigga, bro, I want to be in a Rick and Morty world, you know, because that shit is real, you know, it exists, you know? But, like, Rick and Morty, like, the shows like Rick and Morty and Adventure Time, those shows, I was told, too, by, you know, whatever I was greeted with, you know, at the DMT world, or, you know, whatever I'm in, you know, whatever you call it, you know, because we can't fucking, like, come up with a name for it as humans, you know. If you call it hyperspace, you know, that's just the human name that you give it. It's not really hyperspace. It's, like, hyperspace to you because that's the name that you give, and that goes with everything in the world. But, like, geez, Adventure Time, you know, in regular show, they're literally just parables, you know, to life and, like, how you're supposed to live. And, like, I talked about it in my other video, you know, about DMT, but, like, dude, those shows are literally everything. Like, and even in Adventure Time, you know, they mention DMT. You know, Finn talks about, you know, DMT being released from the pineal gland, you know, when you're not dreaming. I forgot, you know, what, you know, the context of the episode, or when he said it, you know, or how he said it, but, you know, he mentioned DMT. And, you know, I know that DMT is, you know, just stored in your pineal gland. But another thing about Kid Buu, because I know I got off track about that, but, you know, he even mentioned, you know, in an interview with Vlad TV, you know, like, they cut out this part, because this is where all of your memory is stored, in your pineal gland, you know, or to what I was just taught, you know, and just realized by Kid Buu. But all of your information, you know, and your memory and everything is literally just stored in your pineal gland, right? So that's where also DMT, you know, that's where DMT is stored as well, you know. So they have the technology to you know, create people. I forgot what the lab testing or whatever it's called, but, you know, they clone people, you know. Let's stop being like, oh, they don't clone people, just come to accept it, you know, and then we move on from it. But life is much more beautiful than what you think. You know, there is no, like, suffering, really. It's really just how you look at it. You can have everything that you want, you know, just work for it, you know. Like, you don't overwork yourself, you know, but, life without work is literally suffering. You know, you have to do something with your hands. You know, you have to get up and get out, you know, and be fucking somebody, you know. So just live your life, but be a good person, you know. And that's what DMT showed me, you know. I'm going to keep educating people on DMT, you know. I'm going to be like Terrence McKenna, you know, just educating people, because more people need to know about this. And it's very interesting, you know, to figure out. But each week what I'm going to do is just have a DMT video come out, you know, and the rest are just going to be, you know, regular videos. You know, I'm going to start doing podcasts and whatnot, and, you know, we're just going to have a good time with life. So I wish you guys the best. You know, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. You know, leave me your thoughts. You know, what do you think about DMT and whatnot, or will you try it, you know? So without further ado, you know, Sean signing out. I appreciate you guys, and thank you. Yeah, the video did not